checking my video where I said the heaven will be so cool, I think that people may not be able to extract useful things in the way that I presented there. So I decided to make a playlist of videos basically beating up the fear of missing out, FOMO. And I decided to start with traveling and places. People in my age and older, obviously, by checking up the social medias, news websites, reading that famous people or rich people are traveling around the world, basically having a vacation every 2 weeks. And we basically, like travelers, at most twice a year. Here in Brazil, I think the average is once a year, and there is a chance that the worker to sell their vacations every 2 years, so in a whole year they can sell their vacations and not have this pause. And we basically travel back to our birthplace because usually we leave our birthplace to work. So the current city we live is just work, and we travel back to meet some old friends, relatives, and etc. So this is the average, I think, here in Brazil. And we usually don't travel to foreign countries, right? Obviously, not. I'm not saying that no one do it so, but I think the most part of people who travels here in Brazil is inside of our own country, as I said, to our birthplace. And I don't know where you are from, but probably if you like any type of people that are famous for what they do, produce, or who they are, you know that reading that often that they traveling, seeing a lot of pictures of postcards, maybe you feel like you're missing all this whole experience. But I think this might be mainly caused because our lack of conscience. What will be in heaven? In my video, I said that my biggest desire upon reach the heaven will ask for God to know the whole universe. So I said that upon reaching there, and if we ask, maybe God would allow us to check the whole universe. So meeting every single galaxy, star, planet, satellite, asteroid, comet, black holes, dark voids, and etc. And this will be very cool. So I ask you, this worry or the sadness that you might not be able to travel around the world, meeting every single postcard, famous place, and etc. Is that important compared to going to heaven and be allowed to explore our whole universe? I don't think so. So I will ask you to remember that if you go to heaven, we will be able, obviously, remember, upon reaching heaven, our will be totally aligned to God's will. And while we have here on earth sisters and brothers to be saved, obviously, we will, since God wants that we all be saved, we will pray for our brothers and sisters to be saved. But once this time ends, we will be free to do what God wants. So by asking God if we are able to explore the whole universe and maybe every single phase step of the whole universe. And remember, God is all powerful. So I expect personally that God in the future create different universes so he can express all his endless knowledge, endless wisdom, endless power, and so on. So I believe that upon going to heaven, we will not only this universe, but more to explore, to see all the God's glory throughout everything. So does it worth to worry about that you want to go, for example, Paris, Rio, here, Brazil, New York, or whatever you want to go, compare what's waiting for us on heaven? I don't think so. So please pray so you can desire more and more to be saved. And upon we go to heaven, we will have all the God's glory to explore. And what does it mean? if it is only this universe, all universe that God, with the infinite wisdom, intelligence, and power, can create, I don't know. But please remember, we have heaven waiting for us. And this earth is like a 0.000, I don't know, 1% of the whole universe. So please remember, and don't waste your time worrying about you are not able to travel this year, because the heaven is ours.